Holy shit, we're live.
Yeah.
And now they can actually hear all of you.
Even better.
Wow.
Or maybe even worse.
One or the other.
Crazy. Hello, everyone. We are the Defenders of Kobold, and tonight we're doing another playtest. Going to be a little bit less spiced up narrative-wise. It's more just going to be some combat scenarios I'm going to throw at people. I've been kind of telling everyone what to pick on their characters so far, so people may still be putting that all together. But yeah, haven't done a whole lot of combat testing. We've done like a few scenarios. I think we did one where like we went through like a cave and a small dungeon, and then we went through some abandoned alchemist house. And tonight I just want to see what a good old fight looks like. So as people are building out their characters, they'll be picking some armor, some feats, and some weapons. And we'll do a little combat scenario once everyone's ready. So, yeah. And again, we're playing Anvea, which is the tabletop system I'm working on making that was originally inspired by the Resistance system. But it's kind of become its own thing at this point. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's everyone at in terms of getting their characters put together? Most of that character generating info is on that first sheet. Pretty much the only part of that we're not doing is number 7, which is the D6 item, because we're doing we have a little bit more of starting cash.
Okay.
I think I'm done, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
I'm ready.
I think
Aside
I'm
from the
good
weapon,
enough.
yes.
Yeah, so you have 2d8 to divide among a weapon and armor, which I think you guys have done already. Other than that, it's just choosing a race, which is basically a starting ability. And you've got your 20 attribute points, your 2 saving throws, the 2 contexts that describe your character's upbringing or background.
That I don't
4
have yet.
skill ranks.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
And, for the sake of tonight, it's a combat scenario. I would recommend that everyone probably have at least urban as one of their contexts, because that's probably who most of the people we're going to be fighting are.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
Ether.
And the prophecy is also good to have. It's just a little cryptic sentence on how you think your character is going to die. If you die in this game, you basically get a free
In real life.
success to add to somebody's roll.
Yeah.
And if you die according to your prophecy, it's 2d6. So it could be, or 2 successes. So
Just writing oops in mine.
yeah. That works.
I assume I'll die due to some mistake.
So yeah, I guess I'll say the other. So haven't really done a big combat test. I've changed a few things in terms of how health and healing and armor and shields and all that work since the last time we played. I'm trying to take a semi-realistic, but I also don't want there to be just too much rolling and too much math and stuff to keep track of, to slow the game down. Settled on light and heavy armor being distinctly different in their function, where light armor is unimpeding and it is a damage threshold. So when you're attacked, you'll be rolling a die based on how good your armor is. And if you roll above the incoming damage, it prevents it. But if you don't, then you just take it all as is. Whereas heavy armor is always going to be reducing. You'll have a penalty to your movement and stealth, but you will always be reducing incoming damage. So if you're a tanky type, then that'll be pretty good. And then as far as what shields do, shields are probably going to be the most, or the thing that changes the most as I'm working on this. But I'm working around the idea that shields are mainly for positioning and giving you like freedom of movement and cover in combat, less so than like in D&D or something where it's just a flat, higher chance to be hit. In this, what shields do is basically prevent you from being attacked from moving. The better your shield is, the more attacks it prevents.
So it's like immunity to opportunity attack or resistance to opportunity attacks.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the idea. Is it's supposed to basically, if you're holding a shield, it's easier for you to move around without being punished for it. You kind of have like portable cover with you, which is kind of how shields work. But obviously that'll be. It's not a like set number of items. In terms of like items go, because we're only doing combat tonight. You have 2d8 to spend across your armor and a weapon. So, the better weapon you have, the less you have to spend in your armor, vice versa. And then the shields are going to be free. So if you're not doing a two-handed, then you can choose if you want a buckler, a smaller, or a tower shield. And they each have their own things.
Nice.
And then there's also a little write out on the sheet here for encounter mechanics, which is showing like all the things that you can do when it's your turn. It's not that much different than something like D&D, but that's kind of just right out there of all the things you can say. It's mostly like you can move or you can do an action. Or if you can argue something that would make sense to do within 6 seconds, then that becomes a check and that's your turn. So it's a little bit loose, but those are all like hard set things that you'll always be able to do. But yeah, any questions, or is there anyone that's still like stuck on a particular part of their character?
And you're ready to make mistakes.
Let's get into the action.
Yeah. All right. If anyone's named their characters or anything, we can always do introductions.
Let's do introductions.
Or if people just want to go through and explain what choices they made for their character creation tonight, we can go around. Chuck, if you want to say who you allocated your stats into.
Yes, I will be playing Gazebo, an elven ranged fighter. His title is the Elven Range Stab Spurt. See, stabbing from range, and he's an expert at it. It's amazing. My top skill is agility, because I'm going to be range stabbing. My lowest skill is charisma, because elves can be dicks and very aloof. My skill points I dumped into ranged and observe. So I'll be able to tell you what my elven eyes can see, and then I can stab it from a distance. Contacts, I took nature and urban. I was going to take nature and Warren, but before the stream, Joe said, hey, you fuckheads, everyone needs to make sure you take urban. So yeah. I did. Yeah. For feats, elves get meditation. And the text that was in Joe's document for meditation was, you don't sleep, bitch. So I don't sleep. We'll figure out what that means. I also took quick draw. And I took point blank. I have a bow, and I have some light chain armor. And that's it. So Gazebo, the Elven Range Stab Spurt.
Cool. All right. I'm just going to go in counterclockwise in the Zoom window for me. Dan.
Oh, no.
Who are you playing?
I'm Dan, and I think I'm going to play Nougat.
All right.
It's a gnome, and hopefully you don't find his juicy insides.
His caramel
nougaty goodness.
Yeah.
He's going to protect his nougaty goodness with heavy armor.
Okay.
But he's got. I rolled where my stats went, and 5 are in charisma, 4 in brawn, and 3 in luck, agility, intellect, and 2 in wisdom.
Nice.
And I gave him loaded die and tempt fate because it sounded fun to put those together.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
loaded
we
die,
have
I can spend fortune to push, and tempt fate, I can force 2d6 that I have rolled on myself or you, I think.
Yeah, it's so tempt fate. That's the one where basically at the start of the session you roll 2d6.
Yes.
And
I got a 1 and a
6.
6.
Awesome. Those are great ones to have. So basically at any point tonight, you can say, nope, that's not a, whatever it is, that's a 1 or that's a 6. And then that die gets nicked for the night. But you get to swap those 2 die out for any roll, whether it's my roll, whether it's players. You have the freedom to interject on that.
And I do also have a long sword for stabbing.
Awesome. With the gnome, did you decide which of your
I did
senses?
6th sense and I did sight.
Sight. Okay. So the way gnomes kind of work in the world here for my games is I always forget the name of it, but it's basically the idea when your senses kind of blur together, like people that can smell sights and like hear colors and that type of stuff.
There is a word for that. I don't remember either.
I never remember what it is. But gnomes in my world have that for magic. So like one of their senses just senses magic effects as well. So sometimes they can like taste like magic items if they like bite into them or whatever. Or they can like hear weird things. It's kind of hard for them to describe it to other people, and they're usually kind of come off a little odd because of that. But yeah, just a fun little utility mechanic for them. All right. And Alex, who'd you end up putting together?
All right. I'm also a gnome that goes by Flitdaggle, also known as the Diabolic Daggle. He's good at intellect and agility. So with that intellect, he's gotten into the occult as one does,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, out with your friends, slide goat's neck, the normal stuff. And with that agility, he uses with his knife that he has in his boot, which he will stab people with.
Awesome.
Alex, could you put your character's name in Zoom chat or some shit? All the rest of you do this as well.
He also has the sixth sense, and it is taste, which he will use to lick everything to see if it's magical.
Awesome.
I did think about that possibility also.
Yeah. All right. Then Tyler.
I am playing Steve-Own the Stupid, who has high luck, decent agility, and shit everything else.
All right.
And I will be using... I'm a human. I took Contortionist and Savant. So can take agility or luck on skill checks once a game. And I am wielding a bow and light chain armor.
Okay. Cool. And then Jake.
I am also playing a human who is named Elrid Badrick, the escaped convict. He is a human with a neckerchief that hides a burn mark on his throat. For his extra skill rank, I've given him a rank in dexterity, but then he's also got a rank in melee athletics and a couple in observe. Though, which helps him because his lowest attribute is wisdom, which is why he got caught in the first place, but he's got pretty decent luck, which is how he escaped. He also has a knife, and I think he's going to like these people.
Awesome.
Wait,
Oh, his
is he have a mask
prophecy is-
covering- Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
he can have it, sure.
Was he like in a hole somewhere in his imprisonment?
That's a possibility.
Was he molded by it? Possibly.
He hasn't seen the light until he was a man. His prophecy is that body piercings are cool. Just try not to pierce your heart, huh?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that in these Friday games recently.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got
Tyler,
a
were you
heart in
even
our
here for
games?
the-
Not allowed.
I was not here for the last session. No.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
same thing. Heart-related injuries.
Stabbed in the heart.
I magically pierced my heart.
Your own heart.
Yeah.
He tried to listen so hard that his heart exploded magically.
Nice.
Yep.
That's very well done.
Okay. So let's just get into it because we're just doing combat tonight because I want to see how that goes. So the way combat's going to work in this, people are going to have individual HP values, but the scenario itself will also have a kind of invisible DC that can be resolved in different ways. So I don't know. You can play it up as like a Disney movie where you're knocking pots and pans over as you're escaping. Eventually you do that enough or whatever, or, you know, a lot of freedom on how you want to do that. But tonight, I think we're probably just mainly going to be sticking to stabbing people till they're dead because I want to see how that works. So everyone's got their own health values, attack and defense, some other fun shenanigans they can do.
Show up at the bar looking for a quest, but we just start murdering everybody instead.
Yeah, pretty much. So, quick scenario. You guys are part of a caravan. You're assailed by some bandits. Horses stop. Some arrows hit the side of your car. You pop out. Guys that hired you are cowering in fear, asking for you to help, protect the cargo. And you guys see 5 assailants that all appear to be identical and surrounding the caravan.
They're coming after me, nougaty goodness.
They are.
Elred.
You put that in the Zoom chat.
It's his name.
It's in my name. Into.
Shit. Go you. Nice.
Yeah. So as we go into this, who's going to give me a D6 for the party? This will be your party initiative.
That's too slow. Alex already got it in.
Oh, shit.
We'll be running this contested.
Oh, snap. The lollygaggers are here.
Oh,
Oh
snap.
boy.
I rolled a 3. So,
And
you guys get
just to
go
make
first.
sure I don't need to have this on an actual character sheet or anything.
No. This
Okay,
is just
making
a flat roll at the beginning.
No, I was
I
asking.
haven't-
There wasn't a character sheet I needed to.
Yeah, it's in the Discord.
Oh, there is a PDF that's form fillable that I linked in the Discord chat.
It's right above it. There we
sheet
go.
2v2.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
So you can write stuff down on that one.
Serious. There we go.
I recommend filling it out in Adobe Acrobat because that'll actually save the forms. If you open it up in a web browser, it won't save. Unless they do that now. I don't know. Never does that for me. But
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to find out. I already started typing.
Yeah, it works. Okay, so you guys get to go first. So yeah, we'll just assume you guys are all in a group in the middle. In the front of the caravan, there's kind of this arc, and you see 5 assailants. The baddies, the bandits. And it's kind of open. You guys decide who you want to go first. But after each one of you do your actions, then it goes over to my turn. As you're making checks and stuff too, though, kind of the way this works. So when you decide, I want to attack an enemy or whatever, failure is kind of resulting in like leaving yourself open, and you can potentially, based on what you're doing, take damage from your failed attempts to attack people. Certain types of enemies are trying to look for those opportunities.
I'll go volunteer to be the first person to die.
All right.
Yeah.
So I assume I need to move up and make the stabbing.
Yeah. They're within 1 zone of you, so you'd be able to make a movement up there.
All right. And I have a D6 longsword. So what do I need to roll to make the attack?
Okay, so you would be doing a melee. That's going to be, you said the longsword?
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be doing a melee test. That'll be rolling with your brawn value. So if you've got like 5 brawn or whatever your brawn rating is, it'll be that many D6 plus however many D6 you have in your melee. And these assailants fall under the urban context. So if you have urban, then you get an additional D6.
Hooray. We weren't preloaded on that one at all. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and, since it's a longsword, I will be attacking with the 2 hands.
Okay.
So do I just roll that again to see if I get more successes?
So you
I have 2.
rolled 66. You got 2 6s, meaning you have 2 successes. That is enough to meet their armor. So you hit. So now that you've succeeded, your weapon is a D6 rating. So you roll your D6.
Okay. And
That's how much
the
damage
longsword,
you're
I
gonna
think, is supposed to give advantage, right?
do.
Or is that not true? It's got versatile.
It has the versatile. So if you're 2-handing it, then instead of being a D6, it is a D8, I believe.
Okay. I think the rule said it's advantage, but a D8 would make sense. I'm good with that.
One-handed but can be rolled with advantage if. Oh yeah, I don't remember wording it like that.
I'm fine with a D8 if
That's what I meant to word.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what it is. That's what it is in my OneNote. I forgot to update it on this Google Drive.
Okay. So I'm good enough to do the damages.
Yeah. So roll it as a D8, and then that'll be how much?
4.
4. Okay. Bandit number 1 takes 4 damage.
Hooray!
Looks like that hurts him pretty bad. Does not seem to like that. Okay. Awesome. And after Dan, who wants to go?
Did Nugget kill that guy?
Nope, they're still up.
I
Looks like
wanna-
they're hurt, but they are.
I want to
Still.
demonstrate my expertise as a stab spurt from a distance.
Okay.
So, how many dice do I roll? 8?
So you're doing a ranged, so it'll be your agility rating plus your number of points that you put into ranged plus urban context if you have that.
So, is that 8? 8. 8 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I can math.
dice. Okay. So you didn't flat pass their armor. So you're going to roll for damage, but they do have a chance to soak it
All right.
with that one success. So what is the weapon that you were attacking with?
A bow. So that's a D6.
Yeah. So roll the D6 there for your damage.
Got a 3.
3. They take 1 point of damage as
That's
they rolled a 2.
right.
And you were attacking the same one that Dan attacked?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's still up, but looking even more hurt. All right. After Chuck wants to go.
I'll run up and finish him. Hopefully,
Okay.
I can draw my knife as a free action. So with quick draw, so I will do that, and then I'll advance on this fool to stab him not from a distance, but from a close.
Oh my.
Okay.
Ready. Ooh,
Nice.
All right. Let's roll that D4 for your damage.
Yep.
That is exactly enough to kill him.
Nice.
Drop the first one.
Teamwork.
All right. Kind of the way I'm doing defense is that there's like a certain number of die values of armor for the people that you're attacking, and each success removes one of those die values of armor. So if you got no successes, then they would roll their armor for these guys, they have 2, and they would roll both of their armor die. If that total is above the amount of damage you're doing, the attack would fail, and depending on the enemy, they might get to counter on that. Just so you guys know how I'm rolling that. All right, so now Tyler and Alex.
You said there's 4 of these guys
Four
left?
remaining.
I want to stab from a distance with my bow and arrow.
Okay.
One of these fellas.
Bravely stabbed from far away.
So it's
the way to do it.
agility plus ranged plus urban. So 6. Hey, that's 1 success.
Okay. And then you're using a bow as well, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. So roll your damage, that D6.
Six.
Awesome. And then I'm going to see if they soak. They definitely will not soak this, but I'll see how much. They are taking 3 damage.
Nice.
All right. And Alex, there is 1 damaged and the other 3 are undamaged.
Them all.
I run up to the damaged one.
I think that was a question.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You're within 1 zone movement. Sorry.
Okay, so my agility is 4.
Yep.
4 dice there. 1 plus for the urban. Would it just be 5d6 then?
Yeah. So what weapon are you attacking with?
My knife.
Okay. So yeah. So the knife has the finesse, which lets you attack with your agility. If you have any melee ranks, you would add those to your d6 dice pool. And then you have urban, so you add 1 for that. So
Oh, did I put
5
I
plus
did.
whatever ranks you have in melee.
Oh, I have 1 in melee.
Okay. So that'd be 6 total.
Hell yeah.
So roll 66. We're looking for 6s.
Big money. Nice.
All right. That's 2 successes. So roll the d4 for your knife. You just barely do not kill him. He looks like he is barely holding on as you pull that knife out of him. And we move into their turn.
I kick him in the stomach with my boot and knife.
All right. So let's decide. So how many of you ran up and how many of you are back? It's Chuck and Tyler are
Yeah, we're both at
back,
range.
correct? Okay.
Me and Alex are up there on him.
We're in the fold.
So is Nugget.
So first
Real
thing
staffers.
that you see, you notice that of these 5, 2 of them are not wielding swords and actually have some sort of scepter looking thing. And one of them, see their scepter light up as it seems that they're casting some sort of spell.
Those dicks.
Crud.
How do I do this as? I don't know how to roll in chat as DM.
Just /R space typey type.
Does that appear?
For everyone.
That's fine.
You can do /GM roll.
Sorry. I accidentally
Space.
clicked on my screen.
Oh, so it's GM roll. Okay. I just don't want you guys to know how many 6 they have yet.
13.
Let's see.
More
this
than
works.
Nailed it.
I mean, I
All
caught
right.
it right there. I don't know.
I knew it the whole time.
They are going to push. Okay. You see one of them, his eyes kind of light up as he goes to cast an incantation, and it backfires horrendously as you see his arm start to like crystallize, and it kind of seems to put a lot of pain on him.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah.
And he dies. Okay.
He killed himself? That's so nice.
He did. He rolled really badly.
No, he magicked
he-
himself.
Thanks, buddy.
He put 3, the amount of damage he took with those ones added up. So, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if
least
it was
we
a
know
player,
magic is
he would have got
dangerous.
a fallout. But as like a goon, he's
He just dead.
dead.
Oh, Goomba?
His guts fell out.
All right. Now the other one with the scepter is going to attempt, hopefully more successfully. Oh, there we go. Okay. So with that, 3 boys that ran up front, you are each going to take 7 mental stress.
Ooh.
So the way this works,
Oh, God.
damage and stress work differently. Where damage stays, like it counts down constantly, and stress is just a one-time check against your current HP. So if you have more than 7 HP or more than 7 mental HP, nothing happens to you. But if you have less than 7 mental, then you will be taking a minor fallout. So
Yep,
does
that's
anybody
me.
in the front have more than 7?
This
Assuming not.
guy's overpowered.
Oh my gosh.
What if you are at 7?
You are at 7, then you are at 0. So that still like hits it. So
Can I somehow make this spell worse?
not on their turn, and not with the amount of successes they got.
Well, that's why I was wondering if I could swap a 1 in there.
So what kind of fallout?
Yes. So if you are okay, yeah, you could swap a 1 into the stress damage if you want.
That'll just bring it down to 6.
That would make it 2.
Oh,
I'm assuming if you're trying to use it as effectively as possible, because you rolled a 6 and a 1.
let's do that then. Let's reduce that damage we're all taking.
Okay.
He's about to deal
Awesome.
21 points of damage. Two minor fallouts
Yeah.
or 3.
All right. So yeah, that drops his stress output with this spell down to 2. So each one of you take 2 stress, which doesn't, again, it's just stress is like a single check against your health. It doesn't get recorded or anything.
Oh, okay.
So if you have
Hooray.
enough health to tank it, nothing happens.
Hooray! That was a
Awesome.
valuable skill to take.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So the last minute you see how do you picture with almost all of the abilities in this game, you kind of get to flavor how their effects take place. So what do you picture is happening when you're swapping this die out?
I assume that I'm just doing something that startles him while he's casting. Like, oh no, you don't.
Okay.
Giving him the
were you
Uno,
one of the ones that
Uno
ran up
reverse
on
card.
him?
I'm actually just throwing the Uno reverse card on him.
I like it.
Okay. That works. Yeah. You see him lose his concentration in the last second with this spell, and it is wildly ineffective. But there is still the other 2 bandit dudes that are up.
Is it
I
our
think we
turns
need
now?
to kill the spell boy.
Yeah. There were 2 spell boys, but one of them killed themselves. Now, let's see.
We probably get a couple melee attacks yet, though.
Yeah, so there is these 2 melee guys, and we're going to be going on. First, I need to decide who's going on who. There's only 3 people in the front, right?
Yeah.
I'm up there, yeah.
Okay. So we are doing this from in counterclockwise order. So it's Daniel, Alex, and then Jake on these D3s. So looks like skips Dan, 1 hits Alex, 1 hits Jake. Or 1 is attacking Alex, 1 is attacking Jake. We'll roll out the damage here. We'll roll out their potential attacks. They're rolling really bad. Oh my god. This one's going to push. The other one is not going to push because he can't afford to. Okay. The one going against Jake is going to succeed on his attack, but he will take 2 damage from pushing through. The other one just wildly misses as they're attacking you, Alex. Jake, you have an incoming 4 damage.
What do I do for armor rolls? I have a padded light armor. Do I just roll 2d4s?
Yep.
Is that how it works?
So you would roll a single d4 for your armor.
Okay.
Two. So you unfortunately do not stop this damage.
Okay.
So light armor is a threshold, heavy armor is reduction. So if it passes it on light armor, you just take the full damage. So you are taking 4 physical damage as one of their short swords stab into you.
Ow.
Howie.
How dare you?
The other one misses. Okay. Loops around to you guys. Again, anyone goes in whatever order they want to do. There are currently 3 standing.
I will distance stab the remaining spellcaster.
Okay. He hasn't been hit yet, so roll
I
your
would
attack.
just have been dead.
What does it mean, Joe?
That is not a success. You always do have the option to push, where you re-roll all the dice that aren't a 1.
I will do that.
Okay. That will result in damage.
Hey, I got the same number.
Wow.
Unfortunately, even though you're rolling, what is that, a total of 15 d6, none of them are 6s. And you take 1 physical damage as you said you were attacking with like a bowstring
With a bow, yeah.
or with a bow. So yeah, the bowstring just like slaps your wrist or something as you're firing and
So what did I take again?
scuffs you. Just 1 physical damage.
Just for funsies, do you want me to just replace your 1 with a 6?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
That would hurt.
Well, no, you deal damage instead.
Or it wouldn't be enough to flat out beat their armor, but you would have a chance of beating their armor.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Save that 6.
I'm going to stab at
All
the guy
right.
who stabbed at me.
Okay.
I forgot to add my urban die to my earlier stab.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
So you do have 1 success. So the 1s don't do anything on the first roll. They only do something if you push. So
Which
that
I
1
will not be
success
doing.
means, yeah. So you're able to roll your attack against them, but they may soak it all with their armor.
Well, I'm guessing they're soaking it.
Yeah, they are going to soak that. And because these bandits are shifty, they counterattack.
Oh, curses.
Not a guaranteed hit, but they get a free counterattack on you. That is going to be all right. They are throwing an incoming 3 damage at you, Jake.
Oh boy.
So roll that d4.
3.
It
Nice.
pings off your armor. So you
Hooray.
matched. And nothing happens. So they do a counterattack, scrape off your armor, and nothing happens. So Chuck and Jake have gone. Other 3.
Is there like a penalty for leaving melee? Technically, I'm not engaged with anyone, but
I'm
probably near them.
Yeah. The one that you were on is the one that died. So
Right. I was thinking about going up and attacking Mr. Magic Man
okay. You can certainly do that.
so I can give him the finest of S wording.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving around like within the same zone of movement's not going to provoke attacks. It's only when you're like leaving a significant range from somebody.
Okay. I will,
that much movement could potentially. All right. 2 successes. They are not able to soak that with their armor. So roll for damage.
All right. Is 3.
And which one was this that you were attacking?
Magic Man,
Magic Man. Okay.
giving him the S wording.
Damage.
As you do.
So he looks pretty darn hurt, but he's
The
still up.
long S wording, even.
All right. And then a Tyler and an Alex.
I'm going to use my quick action or swift action to reload,
Okay.
and then my full action to shoot again. Is that right?
All right. Yep. So you pass one of their armor. You have one success, meaning you can roll to see if you deal damage, but there's a chance their armor will soak it.
You set up on a push. You reroll everything.
Yeah,
so that's
ones or everything but ones and
Hey,
sixes.
thanks for that sub, Adam.
Everything but ones and sixes.
Okay.
So that would be
4. I'll push.
Every time you guys say that, I hear Static X. I don't know if you guys know that.
Which one? You push it?
unfortunately
Yeah.
you would take 2 physical damage from that push.
And then
Because the ones hurt you on that.
I can still roll my damage though, right?
Yeah, so you can still roll to see if you hit. So you're doing 3 damage. Let's see if this soaks. Which one were you attacking?
Same guy attacked last round. It wasn't the magic guy, it was one of the melee guys.
Okay.
He's dead, though, I think.
Oh, was he?
Or is that the one you did damage?
There were 2 non-magic guys that were damaged. One of them's like really close to dead. So I'll say you were attacking that one. Unfortunately, his armor is going to soak it. He's just barely hanging on.
I don't want to die.
All right. Alex.
Too tasty to die.
There's a hurt magic man, there's a hurt bandit dude, and an undamaged bandit dude.
Can I run up to the magic guy?
Yep.
I want to boot knife him.
Okay.
Oh, it's like the
D6s.
knife that's literally in your boot. You got to kick him with it.
Oh yes.
Nice.
It extends out of my boot.
All right. So you have 1 success there. So there's a chance it'll soak the damage. Roll your D4 there.
Might be all right.
And he rolls a 1. So all 3 goes through. You said you were attacking the magic man.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 health left. So he is dead.
Excellent.
There's 1 super injured bandit and 1 completely fine bandit.
The important thing is no more magic man.
Yeah, no more magic man. All right. I think that was all of your guys' turns, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe so, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We loop back around to the bandit side. Let's see. I think I have. There's still only 3 of you up front. So we're going to still determine this the same way to see who he attacks or who they attack. First one's going after Dan. Second one's going after Jacques.
All right.
Okay. He's going. He can't push that. He would die.
Do it. Tell yourself trying.
He's not able to push that. So he just misses.
Which person was that on?
That was the one that was attacking you, Dan.
Okay.
One attacking Jake is also going to push. And also misses. Riveting. Okay. Loops back around though. So they both flail their arms wildly, unable to connect.
We prepare
the
for
magic
One's still
man
looking
still up?
incredibly hurt. Both magic men are dead. It's just two normal looking bandit dudes. One is like bleeding out practically.
Let me see if I can take out the bleeding dude so you all can focus
Okay.
on the other one. I have a success.
Okay. There's a chance his armor will soak it with just that.
I'm going to
So-
push it. Do I re-roll the
Yep.
6 as well?
No, you leave the ones in the 6s. You just reroll all the 2 through 5s.
All right.
So.
Picked
Okay.
up.
So you now have more than enough successes. So you get to roll an additional time on your damage die when hitting him. So it's kind of overkill, but
I'm okay with that.
roll 2d6.
7.
7 damage. That was enough damage to kill him outright at the beginning.
Nice.
And
Aha, you've been
had 1
stabbed.
HP.
You murdered ever living crap out of him.
Yeah. As an arrow goes through his neck. All right.
Stab that other one again.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Roll for damage. He doesn't have a chance to soak it.
Ooh, yeah.
4.
Nice.
He's still up, but it's looking pretty hurt.
That's for stabbing me, you jerk.
Revenge.
Quick, somebody else stab him.
I'll stab him. Oh, maybe not. There's
Yeah.
a D6. There's a 6 in there.
Yeah, there's a 6 in there. So you don't outright fail, but there's just a chance that he's going to soak this, although there's no chance. He's rolling a D4 and he's dead. He's dead.
Yes.
All right. And with that,
Oh.
combat's resolved.
Yeah, let's loot him and get out of here.
I'm down.
Sweet.
We have defended.
Really
That's pretty
pick up the
much just
scepter
a
and start licking it.
simple. Yeah. So both those scepters would probably be worth a lot. They are both, their D6 rating focuses. They've got like this crudely kind of hacked apart red gem fixed to this lawn. It looks like it was kind of an ornate wooden staff at one point, but it's just kind of been worn for a long time. Looks like it hasn't been super well maintained or painted in a while, but very functional. At least you think so, as one of them killed themselves. But
Yeah, we might not want to test that one out.
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's still got this like weird crystal growth coming out of his arm. That's like kind of have to like break it out of his grasp.
Is his crystal arm valuable?
What kind of crystal
Possibly. So that is kind of one thing you can do. So at the end of combats, other than the things that were like explicitly stated, we can do a what are the rolls for it?
Like a salvage or something?
Yeah, a loot table. So
I definitely want his crystal arm because, worst case, it can be like a fancy like candle holder in our place.
Yeah.
Paperweight,
Take the
maybe.
wand out and put a candle in. Very artful.
sure.
Yeah.
Severed arm crystal.
So if you want to do, give me a, just be urban and occult, and this would be the find test. So if you want to do a find, which is luck based,
Ooh, I have good luck. I'll
Does
do a
one person make this check?
find test?
yeah, one person decides to like do the check for the
Okay.
You said it's urban, luck, find.
So it's
Occult.
urban or occult. The wizard dudes also counted as occult.
Find.
But yeah,
Seven.
luck, find. So if you have any points in find, that adds to it. If you have any points in urban or occult, and then whatever dice number for your luck score.
Jiminy Christmas.
Roll that.
I can push it for free, right?
Yeah, at this point.
You can, yeah. Cool.
A success.
Yeah. So you'll mark 1 fortune damage.
1 fortune damage, okay.
Yeah. 1 success there.
Wait, does
And-
having proficiency or whatever in luck change that at all?
No,
that's
so that the proficiency things are just for
Saves, right?
saving
For saves.
throws.
Okay.
So if I told you to do like a luck saving throw or something, then the proficiency lets you re-roll it.
I got you. So 1 fortune damage. Got it.
Yep, 1 fortune damage. Okay, so 1 success. We get to roll on the loot table. Roll a d6. Just a straight d6. Four. Okay. So that is a D4 resource. So if we were playing like a campaign, you were looting bodies, you would get a D4. What tags would this fall under? This would fall under. It would just be a D4 occult resource. This like crystallized flesh. Actually, that probably would fall under. Not quite taboo. You wouldn't think it's quite bad enough to be like stopping you in the streets. It might look a little weird though if someone sees this like crystallized lump of arm flesh. But yeah, you would probably be able to trade that if we were in a campaign at this point. D4 occult resource, you could trade that into some vendor that's looking for occult resources, and they'd be willing to barter with you over that. So yeah.
We did it.
You
Done
did it. You killed
did
them.
it.
They're dead. That's just a simple 5v5. 3 bandits, 2 mages. In terms of like how the armor was working, did that seem to make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it was for each enemy, I'm doing, they have like a die value for their defense rating. And the number of dice is how many successes you need to totally negate their armor. And which dice it is how many dice they get to subtract from it. So they had 2d4 defense, meaning if you got a single success, they would get to roll a 1d4 against whatever damage you dealt to them and subtract it from that. But if you rolled 2 successes, then you completely negate their defense and just hit them straight. And then any number of successes past that, you get to keep re-rolling your damage die and adding more and more damage to it.
It could get pretty dangerous pretty quickly.
Yeah. You always need to have at least 1 success for the attack to go through. So even if you got like 0 successes, they don't get to roll like 2d4 versus your 0 success attack because it doesn't succeed at all. So if they had like 3d4 defense and you got 1 success, then they would get to roll 2d4 against your damage die or whatever you rolled for your damage.
How would they get to 3d4s, or is that just like an enemy thing?
It's just the enemy type. So based on the difficulty of the enemy, they'll have there's a few different stats that they have. It's like an attack rating, a defense rating. They also have, if this were more of like this is just flat combat, so I didn't put other types of values in there, but there's other things like a want that they have. Some of them like just want money, and that they'll have like a DC where if you know what they want, you can do a check against that and completely negate the fight. They'll just give up fighting with you if you appease them in that way. There's other sorts of like checks.
Like if we had a
There's, like,
dialogue or
evasion
something
ratings on them
first.
too. Yeah. So if you were taking like a different approach to the situation, that's built into like their stat block on what they would like other ways that you could beat them other than combat.
Cool.
But these particular guys had either 66 attack or 76 attack, depending on if they were like the bandit or the mage. And they had 2d4 defense.
They wanted
And
my
7
nuggets,
health.
so they had to
Yep.
be killed.
I
Yep.
believe it.
Other types of enemies too, like minion kind of goon enemies, those will have just like dropping to 0 kills them. Other types of enemies, like a boss or whatever, will have to go through a minor fallout, and then their health will reset before you can drop them. Kind of like a
Two
player.
health bars.
Yeah. But depending on, once you get through the first, if they have a minor fallout, it might be like they're bleeding out and they're taking constant damage. Like they're always going to have some sort of disadvantage on that minor fallout that they get. So the second health bar will be a little bit easier. Yeah, that was the first combat scenario I had in mind.
Yeah, brother.
Cool. We did it.
Second combat scenario.
We murdered them good.
Yes. Okay. So this scenario, you guys were tipped off that there were some goblins in the area terrorizing lands. You do what you do best. You track them down. You confront them. And right before you're about to break out into combat, you find that they were running away to the Goblin Mother, which is a gigantic goblin.
Goblin boss.
Oh, yeah. This one is going to be 3 goblins and the Goblin Mother. Someone want to give me that D6 for initiative?
Me. It's Dan. Oh, we got a 1.
All right. Nice.
I did it, guys.
You
Just
did it.
like you knew I
I
could.
knew you could do it.
Great. Oh, yeah. So in between these 2 fights, you guys are going to get 1 rest. So the way rests work in this is what's the best way to explain that? You have your current damage. So if you were counting up, so like if you had 4 damage, it would have down to 2.
What if you had 1 damage?
Yeah, is it round up or down?
And it is negated.
So minimum 1 half damage.
Actually, wait, I'm saying this wrong. It is your remaining health is doubled. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. So your remaining health is, so if you had like, 10 total health and it was down to 8, it would double and you'd be back at full. But if you were down to like 2 health out of 10, it would double to 4 and you'd have 4 out of 10 health. So whatever your remaining current health is doubles.
Can we go over?
If it goes over, it just is full.
Okay.
Yeah.
No temporary HP.
Oh
then.
my gosh.
No temporary overhealing.
Killing me, Smalls.
I could have had 14 HP.
Right. So that should put everybody all the way back up. But I don't know if anyone took a ton of damage.
I think we took
Take any.
that two mental damage,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I have cleared.
Cool. And there's certain feats that help you heal faster. So there's a few feats that you heal 1 damage immediately upon resting, because you get the healing at the end of the rest. So even if your rest gets interrupted, you'll still get 1 healing, and then that's effectively 2 extra HP that you're healing from resting. So there's like 1 feat per health type that you could take for that. So if you're a fighter and you're getting pretty low almost every fight, then that'd be a way to heal up faster. And those rests are usually like per day. All right. So they're going to go first. You guys are 1 zone away from them. They're kind of like against a cliff wall, and it's kind of like essentially just like you were taking this like mountain path. So there's kind of like cliff walls the whole way around. There's no way to retreat on their side. You've kind of like got them cornered in this little den area. They are all 1 movement away. Goblin Mother's going to go first. They're going to do a rallying cry. D6. You see them, they've got this like big staff that they raise above their head. They let out this roar as all of the other goblins kind of seem enraged in suit. It looks like they feel empowered by their Goblin Mother cheering them on. And you see them all
good
charge you.
Chaka. Ooh, good Chaka.
Stabbing a goblin.
That song is copyright Defenders of Cobalt. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But you wrote it.
We did.
Just now.
Team effort.
Starting with check counterclockwise on T10s to see who they attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like it is Chuck.
No.
5, 6, 7. Tyler and Jake.
Wait, they get to attack 3 of us?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah,
Oh, I
there's
was
3
thinking of the
little
mother
goblins,
still. Okay.
and there's 1 Goblin Mother. Yeah, she hasn't moved
Gotcha.
yet. It looks like she spent her whole turn doing that, like emboldening.
Rallying thing. Okay. Oh.
Yep.
Normies, get out of my den. Whee! Whee!
I'm rolling so bad.
That's
This is insane.
that's good.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm
I
okay with that, yeah.
I don't think you're doing well.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
The vast majority of the group believes you're rolling well.
one of those had 4 1s in it.
Ooh, push that.
You should push it
Push it real good.
Okay.
in his rage. He's just a goblin in a
They
cage.
really killed himself.
None of them kill themselves, but my goodness, they are
Crying.
not, they are not acting in their own self-interest, it seems. So they each get 1 success. One of them pushed to be a little greedy and it didn't get him anything extra, and he hurt himself in the process. But they're all getting 1 success against each of you. So we'll do this. So Chuck, you've got 5 incoming damage. Tyler, you've got 4 incoming damage, and Jake, you've got 6 incoming damage.
I don't take any.
Okay.
I don't take any.
That's just straight up more
So-
than my armor can block. So,
Ouch. What type do you have there, Chuck?
Chain. Light
So
chain.
that first, it's light armor.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first D4 is just for like the price. It's not added to like the roll on
Oh.
the negation. Although I may do it that way in the future. I'm not sure. But that's how I hadn't thought of it. But either way, you negate it. That 5 is enough to negate it.
I accidentally.
Tyler.
did a
Oh, I
good
need to
job.
actually roll it. My bad.
Yeah,
I've,
do your
whatever D6
your
armor
armor
is.
roll. Yeah, whatever your armor like material is. Did you have heavy or light?
Light.
Okay, yeah. Then you just take the full 4 damage. And Jake, I think you are forced to take the full 6, unfortunately.
yeah.
So
But does he not have any armor at all?
I've got- it's
he's
just
not able to
max
roll
D4.
above it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. I'm just eating it.
Yep. But yeah, so with that, I'll each mark that damage. They've got these like kind of serrated cleavers things. It kind of looks like a meat cleaver, but the handle's like a little bit longer, and it's got this weird serrated edge on it that they're slicing at you. Pretty barbaric looking weapons. All right, then it goes to your guys' turn.
I defended
I'm gonna stab
myself.
at the guy who stabbed at me.
Okay. Well, let Jake go first.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Push it.
Push it.
I think, well, if I do, I'm dead.
Yeah, that would
Push it to death.
it would give you a minor fallout. Yeah. So probably don't want to do that.
I'm good.
Yep. All right. Then Chuck, you said you wanted to act.
Yes.
Okay.
I am going to shoot the one right next to me. I did take point blank, so that way I can attack things that are all up in my grill.
Okay.
Nice.
So I shoot them not from afar.
From a close.
I'm going to push it.
Okay. Let's roll 7. Oh.
That's
Ow.
4 damage.
Yeah. It's 4 physical. But
I
you
got-
get 1 success.
I got a success.
You
Wait,
didn't get a success.
4? Oh, I get. Okay, I didn't see on the first one.
All right. So damage. I'm going to click a button. What does this do, Joe? Why did it roll 2d6?
Oh, so I'm not doing those rules for the armor anymore.
Oh my gosh.
That was what it was before, and that was getting a little cumbersome. It's
Okay.
easy with the macro, but
4
without the
damage.
macros, okay. 4 damage. Okay. Let's see if they soak that, although probably will not. They do not. 4 damage to the one that attacked you.
Yeah.
That was the one that had hurt itself already. So it's
Nice.
not dead, but it's looking pretty bad.
It was
You
helping
guys
me.
are both causing some self-damage there.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, does crippled affect your attacking?
What?
The crippled.
Yes.
Crippled halves the dice pool.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back and then shoot at the goblin in front of me.
Okay.
What was my
Do
dice
so.
pool? Agility 4. This is urban still, or is it not?
These would be urban and nature.
Oh,
And we only
I
get to
get both of
choose
those.
one of those?
You
or-
get to choose one though.
Okay.
Only one
Oh, okay.
applies at a time for the context.
Okay, 6.
Although I haven't decided if I want to change that roll or not.
Yeah, that's 1 success. Three damages potentially.
3 damage. See if it soaks it. It's not. It takes all 3.
Nice.
So I'm assuming you're attacking the one that attacked you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. Dan and Alex.
You want to take it, Alex? Or?
Now you go, Dan.
Okay, I was thinking about going and attacking the big mama.
Okay. Running up on him.
Yeah, that way maybe they don't choose to attack anybody else.
Okay. You charge the Goblin Mother.
Yeah, it seems like a great idea. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna push that.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm actually going to take a point of luck damage so I can push it again
Okay.
using my loaded dice.
Okay.
Can mark a point of fortune damage to push a roll a second time.
Sweet. Awesome.
got
Yeah. It's
three
another
don't forget
6.
if you still want it. I think you still have 1 6 saved.
What's that?
Don't you still have a 6 saved? Or did
I
you use
do,
it?
and I might use it here, so I
Good.
can go to 4 successes.
Yeah. Are you doing that? 4 successes?
Yep.
Okay.
4 successes.
So roll your damage die for your weapon 3 times. So 3 of whatever it is.
Nice.
Wow.
That is a lot. Okay. You drop its first health bar. Don't outright kill it because it takes a minor fallout, but we'll see what this minor fallout is.
So I probably overdid the damage there.
Yeah, but it's because you rolled 2 8s. So
Yeah.
it's, it was unlikely that you would overdo it by that much. But had those been like an average amount of damage each, then that would have been just about right. So okay. I don't have the best method for selecting these, but I've got them all on this like big Excel table. Throw a D100 out there, Dan.
Okay. 46.
46. Okay. Major bleeding. So they are bleeding out and are going to constantly take stress damage. So it's not going to like get worse over time, but they're going to constantly roll. And if you get their health low and that bleeding stress goes above what their current health is, then they'll just die.
Nice.
So, yep.
Now I will get crushed by Big Mama.
All right. And Alex. One thing though that you do notice, when you broke that first health bar, some of the like fire behind the eyes of these other goblins died out. Looks like you broke the concentration of the emboldening cry.
Worth it.
Who's all
up? So 3 of the goblins ran up on you guys, and then there's one that's a zone away that Dan ran to.
I'm just gonna get in the fold with the other 3.
Okay. There's
Knife
one
one of
that's
them.
really hurt, one that's kind of hurt, and one that's not hurt at all.
One that's really hurt is getting knifed.
Okay. Oh, roll that damage. Dead. All right.
Nice.
Slice it up. Knife through its throat. Alrighty. With that, I think that's everyone's turn there. Yep.
Yeah.
Loops round. It's going to Goblin Mama first. Dan, you're up on them.
Yes.
They're probably gonna, forced to attack you.
I figured as much.
God, I'm rolling so. I've not rolled any of these pools with less than 2 6s or with less than 2 1s. I mean, in these D6 pools. It's been so bad, but oh well. Fuck it, they're gonna push that. They've got a lot of dice. Okay. No, they just fail. They fail. Nothing happens. They swing. We've got this big like club that's kind of a focus material. It's also just a giant staff that they lumberingly throw your way. Doesn't make contact. Other 2 goblins going to go into a whirl. They're going to do a fancy chaotic attack there. And as they get to make an attack against everyone in that little clump. But it's good that you broke the cry on that, so they have a lot less dice to work with.
Yay. Unintentional good job.
Yay.
That third one wasn't supposed to go there. So first one, he's going to push. Okay. He's going to fail. And the second one is not going to push, but they get to roll. They're dealing a flat 6 damage against all 4 of you up in the clump.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if anyone has enough armor to soak that.
Who's this against?
All 4 of you. So he's doing like this big sweeping attack.
That's very rude.
It's each of you.
Everyone but me, because I stepped back.
I have a D6. I soak
Yeah.
800% of it.
Okay. You have a D6, so you can roll to see if you match it.
I do.
Fortunately. Nope.
Oh, okay.
So what happens when damage exceeds HP?
When damage exceeds HP, you put your HP in that pool back up to full, but you're going to take a minor fallout. Throw a D100 my way, Jake.
Oh, baby.
We'll see.
Hoping
what
he was
you
going to
get.
say you put it on your sheet and then you crumple that sheet up and throw it away because you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, with a 94, that may just happen.
Ooh. Ooh. Man.
You're looking on the minor table, right?
No, I was like leg loss. I'm like, that sounds a little extreme for that one, the minor. Okay.
There shouldn't be
That
this
one
quite
doesn't
so many
make
oohs on the minor table.
sense. Physical. Okay.
Upgrade to major fallout for free. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200.
Roll twice on the minor fallout table.
Okay. You take winded. So this is one that clears immediately. So it applies once. Basically, so put winded on your fallout chart, mark 1, reset your health. And what winded does is your next test is made at crippled. So your dice are halved. It then clears. you retain that check mark that you got a minor fallout, but you don't continue to suffer from the effects of it. And the more check marks you get on your like fallout counter, the more likely it is that you're going to get a major fallout. So the first check mark, it's not possible for you to get a major, but anytime after that, you're rolling that many d6 as you have check marks. And any of those that are 6s will give you a major.
Oh boy.
So yeah, just remember your next test is made at crippled, and then you get to clear that. But otherwise, go back up to full. And then everyone else is able to take that 6 damage without dropping.
I soaked 3 of it, right?
Or did you have heavy or light armor?
Light. So that means I do
Okay,
take all
so
6.
you just took all 6. So
Oh,
light's
yeah.
a threshold.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
On a percentile?
Yep.
16.
16. You have bleeding.
Okay.
So at the end of each round, you take a D4 of physical stress while in combat. So basically, if you're above 4 health, it doesn't matter. But as soon as you drop below 4 health, you roll to see if you roll above your current health. And if you take too much stress, then you'll faint.
Okay.
Bleeding. Or I say faint, it'll cause another minor fallout. And then anyone else take enough damage that it causes a fallout, or that they run out of health? Or the other 2, or are you guys able to soak all 6?
Was the 6 damage to you physical?
Physical, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm good then.
Okay, cool. So with that though, I think that was all of their turns because you killed one of them. So loops back around. You guys get to go. There are 2 goblins. One's pretty hurt, but still fine. The other one hasn't been damaged at all. And then there's the Goblin Mother, who is bleeding out, or not? Bleeding out, kind of. They still look like they've still got some fight in them, though. Whoever wants to go.
Do I
That
still?
hurt one's about to be that dead one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go if nobody else is. Oh, there you go, Tyler. Okay.
Oh, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push that.
Yeah, probably don't want to. So roll your damage die, and we'll see if it soaks it. Okay, yeah, it just by default is going to
It's gonna square in his
deal no
shield.
damage. Yep. Arrow just pings past and hits like their shoulder pad. Who next?
I'll take a shot. Do I still have that one little asshole that hurt himself on me?
Yes.
Then
So
I
next to you.
shoot him.
Okay.
Finish the job he started.
Yeah. I got a success with no 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and push.
Okay.
That gives me 4
Ooh.
successes
Nice.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
a damage.
Okay. So mark that one physical, and then roll your damage die 3 times. 12. You just outright kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Nicely done.
I stab from afar, I stab up close.
You pin his little goblin body with an arrow to a nearby tree.
Nice.
All right.
Try and stab the guy who stabbed me again, or who whirlwinded me this time, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
So halved round down. Dang.
Oof. And you fail there. So we'll see if he gets to respond to that attack.
Is that like a feat or something?
Yeah, these ones, when you fail, a lot of creatures get to respond with a melee attack if you fail a melee attack against them.
The players be able to do that though.
I'm working on the best way to do that because I haven't found a way to delineate that correct without like a loop where it just keeps going back and forth. I don't want it to happen, so I need to work on the wording of that. But I do want that to be a feat. The closest to that is a parry, where you can kind of like hold an action with if you have a shield and try and parry with it. Actually, I don't think you even need a shield, but the buckler makes it easier to do that. Yeah, he does not get any successes on that counterattack. So you can clear that crippled effect. So your next roll, you get to roll at full, and nothing happens as a result of that failure. You just aren't able to connect. So that was Tyler, Chuck, and Jake, right?
Yep.
All right.
I will
Mother and
killed the mother.
injured goblin. Okay.
I'll go ahead and push that again.
Okay. Oof.
Mm,
You can roll your damage die that they may soak it with their armor.
just because I'm feeling adventurous, I'm going to go ahead and take another point of luck damage and I'll push it again.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Gotta believe.
Great. No difference. Okay, one success.
That's fine.
Of damages.
Okay. They are guaranteed to take some damage. We'll see how much. Okay.
Oh,
They
snap.
are
Hey,
looking
Ashley.
pretty hurt. They are
Thanks for
actually
coming by.
below their bleed rating now. So we roll to see that.
They bleed out.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Goblin Mother toppled single-handedly.
Nice.
All right. Now there's just one goblin left. And Alex.
Finished the job.
I'm gonna knife him.
Cut his balls off.
All right.
Oh, nice.
You just straight bypass its armor. 4. That's exactly its health. It had
Nice.
4 HP. As you perfectly kill last goblin.
I take to the temple.
Alrighty. Cool. That worked. You guys successfully kill all the goblins. Goblin Mother's dead. Lots of other dead goblins. Turn to town heroes. Save the day.
Hooray.
We did it.
Some of you a little more injured than others.
Okay, I'm just winded.
Yeah.
Kick it
Now
off,
we're
man.
all
You'll be fine.
goblin slayers.
Mhm. So for you, for those of you that took minor fallouts, kind of the way when we're in like campaign feel, after every combat, you'd be looting the area. You'd be getting random resources. So some of those resources like that occult D4 that you picked up, you might be able to trade into an occult healer and they might knock off one of those minor fallouts for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend a long time resting and lose like a lot of days. So if you've got time for it, that's fine. But most of the adventures that you're going to be on, if you've got something to do, spending too long will typically make it more difficult.
Okay.
So yeah. those were the 2 scenarios I had planned.
We did.
Nice.
Yeah.
It didn't take too much time either.
Yeah, I feel like those went by pretty quick.
Yeah.
The second one was a lot smoother once we kind of got
I think
into it.
maybe the
Yeah.
one question problem I might have is I feel like maybe the player's armor doesn't scale up very well as far as damage
Yeah.
reduction.
Yeah, I am thinking that rolling the like what Chuck did with his die,
If they just need
rolling
2
the D4 and the
successes,
rating.
if they just need 2 successes to negate our armor,
Yeah.
Put on a second set
mean,
of
that-
armor.
but I don't know that we can do anything to make that number any larger.
Right.
So three dice would be guaranteed to do two dice of damage to us, or more.
Right. Yeah, so that's a lot of damage. Armor is going to be doing less and less. Because the heavy is always going to help, but the light armor is going to stop doing anything after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, as the campaign goes on, eventually you'd be getting, because it doesn't really hurt you to have the D8 of light armor over time. It's just a cost investment. So that would work its way up over the course of campaign, but definitely
Sure.
like the D4 only of armor seems to be pretty weak.
And in particular, if they get 3 successes, the armor is negated no matter what value it is, right?
Not necessarily. They just get to roll their damage die 3 times, and you still get to roll the soak.
Okay.
So every time they hit you,
Their damage would
you roll
scale up
to
quite a
soak.
lot compared to our soak, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and there may be. I have some feat ideas on, like getting advantage on those checks or adding extra dice to it, or something like that. So I haven't decided all. There's a few other ideas I have for that, but right now,
Okay.
that's where I've got it.
That was just a thought that I had, since it seems like they hit a lot of people for a lot of damage a couple different times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of failed armor checks for sure.
Which is, I mean, if the game's intended to be fairly dangerous, I mean, that would.
Yeah, which it
Certainly
is.
convey that.
I picture it like whittling away in smaller chunks than that. So I'm not sure, but yeah, something to tweak for sure. I'll mess around with math on that.
Cool. Well, we did it, man. We're at
Yeah.
time.
Fun.
We
I
murdered
think
them
that
and
was,
we lived.
Yeah, I mean, being able to run through 2 combat encounters pretty quickly. If we were in a campaign too, you wouldn't be forced to have to kill everything like that. It's always going to be an option. Everything's going to have HP and attack and defense, but you're always going to have the option too to go against some sort of invisible DC, kind of like a delve.
Yeah.
To get through these.
Word.
But that'll depend on your approach. Yeah, so this was just a fun little combat test. The next session I want to do is going to be based around fortune health, because I kind of picture characters that are built around charisma and luck, and are taking a lot of fortune damage. That's kind of like the rogue
Was
as
that like
type
failing
class.
social encounters too?
Yeah, so pretty much fortune damage in a social encounter would be like anytime somebody would get like upset at something you do,
Okay.
right? So you taking damage is akin to someone like yelling at you or scoffing at you, or you like testing people's patience, and you hitting a like you dropping your threshold, and that means that but like most of the fallouts on fortune health is like starting a fight with people or something like that. It's not like you're bleeding or whatever. It's more like something meta about the situation changes. So I want to test what those scenarios look like. So I'm going to be building out kind of like a more narrative thing for you guys to do as we build out like thievy, roguey type characters for the next session. We'll do like a one shot with that. But yeah, I'll give you guys more details before next Friday on that.
Cool. I may even keep Nugget because he's got an 8 in fortune.
Yeah, good.
5 charisma and 3 luck.
Mine is the exact
Able to
opposite.
bring back
Five
Guy
luck, three
Cheddar.
charisma.
Oh, there you go.
It's a pretty good fortune.
Ooh. Not Guy Cheddar.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
And having a lot of
playwright
fortune
and
health means you're able to fail a lot of those types of checks. Like you can make a lot of insight, compel, deceive, wager, contact, and find checks and fail them and not have to suffer repercussions. That's kind of so like if you have a character that was built for a lot of like physical combat, they've got a lot of physical HP. If they fail a few insight, compel type tests, they'll be taking fortune damage and they'll escalate the situation a lot faster because that's not what those characters typically do. And that's kind of what your fortune HP pool represents. It's like the amount of shit you can get away with.
Very dumb, but they're very charismatic.
Yeah.
And strong.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Well, it sounds like
Awesome.
we'll be back next Friday for more of this.
Indeed.
Yeah. I'll make some tweaks, update that Google document and all that. Thanks for playtesting, everybody. Thanks for watching, anyone that's tuned in. Fun as always to work on this little game with you guys. And hopefully after next session, maybe one more, it'll be ready for like a campaign. A lot of the other mechanics I'm pretty happy with.
Cool.
Nice.
It's more like the turn by turn crunchiness that I need to work on. That's like the stuff that's the most up in the air. I'm pretty happy with all the longer narrative form stuff.
Excellent.
So I can handle that.
Cool. All right. What else do we got going on? in the
Shit.
sphere?
So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central, over on Grim and Perilous Plays. I think that's the right one. Yeah, there it is. Well, that's a link to other things. Anyway, twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays, 1 p.m. We're going to be back at Strixhaven. Dan and Jake will be hanging out over there with me, along with some lollygaggers and Adam and Kenna. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, over on twitch.tv/Goodman Games Official. We're going to be playing some more Weird Frontiers. And Joe and Dan and Jake will be there, and Bert's running it. That's it for this weekend. Next week we got Wednesday. We've got some more Forbidden Lands Thunder Rift. Friday we'll be back at this. So yeah, that's our upcoming week. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
We can fuck off now. Disappear into the ether until it's time to play again.
Goodbye. When we're not
Goodbye.
here, we're actually dead.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for watching.